In the last video, I was waiting out a heat wave in some suburbs of Chicago, and I was heading up to Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is the farthest north I could get on the Chicago metro lines. So in this video, we start off in the town of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Alright, so after a cool 4 hours of travel-ish, something like that, I have arrived in Kenosha. So don't exactly know what to do from here. I think I was gonna look for like buses that go up into Milwaukee. So Milwaukee's not very far away. Wasn't this just a lovely little town here? Here's the beach. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really much of a water person. I don't really like the ocean as much. Obviously this isn't the ocean, but it might as well be. You know, but it's nice. It's a cute little town. Obviously, like there's some character to it. I'm sure there's some history to it as well. And for a certain type of person, I'm sure this is paradise. Alright, I'm starting to get really worried about where I'm gonna sleep. So there's this shelter here. It is supposed to rain overnight, but there was a bridge I spotted earlier that's over this way, so I'm gonna head over there, see if I can get under that bridge. There's a good chance that I can't. There's also some little woods over there, so maybe I can find a spot in there, but I gotta figure that out before it gets too dark. Alright, that might be good enough. Should be alright. A bit of graffiti here and there. There's some people fishing like right over here. There's people fishing all over this river. I mean, there's just people everywhere, really. But yeah, I think this should work. Might not be the most comfortable, but you take what you can get. Hopefully tomorrow I can get out to somewhere that's a little more comfortable. This place is just teeming with fish. If I look out here long enough, you'll definitely see one jump. Alright, well, it is a beautiful day. It's definitely a lot cooler than it was last week. You know, still on the slightly warm side, but definitely in the comfortable range. In the shade, it's perfectly fine. I am starting to, I didn't sleep that well last night, and it's starting to kind of hit me a little bit, so I'm fading a little bit, but I got some time at the library, and now I'm going down to a different spot where I'm hoping I can make a little bit of money before hitchhiking over to Milwaukee. If I can't hitchhike, I did find there's like a bus for $4.50 or something like that, but the website was not very helpful, so I don't exactly know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, that should be it. Alright. So this tent's doing pretty well. It's one of the things that's interesting here is the cover. It's only held on by these little hooks, but it's held on pretty tight, which is nice. One of the things about the old tent that I didn't necessarily like was that even when you tighten down the rain fly or the rain cover as much as it could be, it was still like really flappy. But this one doesn't have that problem, which is good. And it's got lots of space. I can actually like sit up all the way inside of it, and that's good. Yeah, it's a good tent. We'll see how durable it is, because that's probably like, it was pretty cheap, so you know, you pay for you get what you pay for, but so far so good. Alright, main objective today is to do a bunch of panhandling. I'm gonna go up on this median right here. You can see there's tons of cars on this road, so hopefully that works out in my favor. Alright, $77. And a pretty nice bag of food right here. I would say the people of Kenosha are very, very generous. And yeah. So I've been thinking lately about this whole panhandling thing and how I feel a little guilty when I'm out there too long and I have, you know, I've gotten a bunch of money already and I just feel like, okay, I've gotten enough, I should quit. But it's really like, it's feast or famine is the thing. And I've gone through plenty of famine periods recently, to where I really need to just get in the mindset of like, I need this money because I'm not going to have it in the future. And the more money I can have now, the more I can push off that time in the future when I'm when I'm broke. So like, you know, when I was back in Champaign and I tried to hitchhike out towards what was that, Peoria or whatever, I made the realization that like I'm always making stuff harder for myself. I don't know why I'm doing that, especially right now when like I've got big goals that I need to kind of like not fuck around so much. So what I've decided is I'm going to try and do this the easy way. Because the money's so good right here, I am going to try and make a little bit more money, and I'm going to try and get public transportation all the way over to Madison at least. Basically it's like $30-ish to get a Greyhound from Milwaukee to Madison, plus the like, I don't know, $5 or so it takes to get a bus from here to Milwaukee, plus I think $2 for the local bus just to get back to the station. So all I need really is like, you know, $35-40, and I could probably get significantly more than that if I just go out there and fly the sign a little bit. If I could get another $60 on top of that, I can reactivate my phone, and you know, everything on top of that's gravy. Right now I still got $40, so even if it doesn't work out, if like for some reason like I can't make any more money here for some reason, I've still got $40. I can at least get to Milwaukee, and so I will be fine either way. But I would like to try and do this the easy way for once, and I think it's definitely doable. Alright, the result is in. This one was $82. Alright, phone has been reactivated. The lady at the Cricket did not look me in the eyes a single time, so that was interesting. But it doesn't really matter because my phone is reactivated. Now I gotta figure out how I'm getting all my bus transfers and tickets sorted out. You would not believe your eyes, damn man, you buy your flies, something, yeah. Also, tonight's July 3rd, and people are definitely already setting off fireworks. Might even get to see some. Bro, it's like 1 a.m. I am not sleeping, and there's a thunderstorm coming this way. The bus I'm supposed to take in the morning leaves at 6:15 a.m. I feel like I might as well just go over to the station now. As tired as I am very much glad that I moved. This rain is vicious. Hey, guess what? Reading the fine print, there seems to be something that I missed. So, I was looking at this time, thinking, okay, it's Friday. It's I'm at the Metro train station in Kenosha. This is the Monday through Friday. thought, okay, there's Saturday and Sunday hours, but those shouldn't apply. I forgot today's the 4th of July, and Sunday and holiday hours apply. And then if you look down here, that's the 4th of July right there. So we're operating on this timetable, which means there's only 3 buses running today. And the first one's at 8:30, not at 6:15. And of course it's raining again. And this is somebody's stuff. I don't know whose it is, but it should be relatively dry whenever they come back. This is a church, so should be fine being right here. Alright, rain is cleared out, sun's out. It's starting to dry out a little bit. So since the weather improved, I decided it was time to head to Milwaukee. Well, I got it paid for. They charged me an extra $5 for doing it with cash, which doesn't make any sense to me. But it's not like I can really do anything about it. It's just a fuck you tax. Well, meanwhile, I'm in Milwaukee. Milwaukee. I'm still incredibly tired. You know, I've been like getting a little bit of sleep here and there, like an hour, whatever, but it's like not restful sleep. So I'm probably going to find somewhere to fall asleep at. This is an area where people are sleeping in tents and stuff, so that could be a little sketchy overnight, but I'll just try and find somewhere to myself and keep my stuff tight. For right now, I'm not too sure, because I do want to just like go lay in the grass and fucking take a nap, but I'm not 100% sure that's a good idea right here. So fucking, I don't know. I passed the rest of the day taking little naps here and there, and I found a Taco Bell, and then I came back over and found a place to sleep. Alright, all of a sudden here I am in Madison. I slept like a rock last night. Just one of those nights where you lay down in bed and then suddenly it's morning. And then I got up and I went to the bus station and I got on the bus right as I arrived. And so it all moved very quickly. But now I gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing in Madison. I don't even really know where I am. I gotta go look stuff up. Okay, so I'm at the University of Wisconsin. I actually want to be on the other side of town, and there's a bus that goes right there. But the problem is, I really don't have much money. Like really. I felt like I made a fortune over in Kenosha, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. It's just all gone. So I need to make some money. I just don't think I can make money around here. I think I have to take the bus. I have like $2.25 or something like that. Alright. I got the bus and I didn't even have to pay, because apparently they use some sort of weird ticket system which I didn't understand. So they pulled up and I just got on, and there wasn't even anywhere to pay. I think I could have gone up front and like insisted that I pay, but I was like, hey, you know, I don't think they're going to stop me, so didn't end up paying for the bus, which is good. So this mall over here looks like probably the biggest shopping center I could have gone to. There's like Target, there's some stuff, you know, there's a bunch of stuff right here. And I was looking at this Walmart way out here. I thought that might be better, and I realized there's also this stuff in between. So I think the further out you go, probably the better it is. That's my little secret for finding good places to fly signs, is to go like outside of town a little bit. And you can see how the the population, the neighborhoods kind of like stretch out this way, and some prairie and stuff. So clearly there's like people living out here that probably go into town this way for their groceries and stuff. That's kind of who I'm targeting. They're probably, you know, a little bit richer than the people who live in town. Probably, you know, see less homeless people. Although I don't know how many homeless people are really in Madison to begin with. Madison's kind of weird because it's like the downtown is sandwiched between these two lakes. I don't know whose idea that was. It's kind of cool. Kind of bizarre. And then when I was passing by the Capitol, I tried to get footage of it, but I totally fumbled it. But when I was passing by the Capitol, I realized I've actually been here before. Like, I must have been 13 or 14. We went on a family trip. I think there were some family friends that were living here or something like that. I don't remember that much about it, but when I passed by the Capitol, I was like, oh, I've definitely been here before. That's interesting. We're also in a different sort of biome now. We're out of the farmlands of Illinois. We're out of the Great Lakes metropolis, and we're into the lush central Wisconsin forests. Alright, went to church. It's good service. Good sermon, good service. Got some coffee and some food, and I talked to some people, and so yeah, now I'm gonna go out and get on the median and apply a sign. I was gonna do it yesterday, and I just like didn't feel like doing anything. It rained a little bit last night and this morning, but not much, and I didn't even set up a tarp or anything. I think my new tent is waterproof enough to handle that light rain. I found a really good place for my tent this time. It's down by the road, but you really wouldn't be able to see it unless you're right up on it, which is nice. Oh god, I'm fucking hooked. Okay. So, you know, see all the drops on top there, but they don't look like they're soaking in, mostly, so that's good. I don't know what all this white crap is, probably just fucking sap or some sort of nonsense. But yeah, it's doing pretty well. And this tent is big enough to put my backpack in and still sleep in it. It's a little cramped, but it works. That's something I've gotten questions about a few times. It's like, why don't you put your backpack in your tent? Well, my old tent was too small. And it wasn't really a problem, but like for instance, when I got my backpack stolen that one time in California, if I had had this tent and it was big enough to put the backpack in, it probably wouldn't have happened. But yeah, I keep finding new reasons to like this tent. And I know I was like, it's funny because like I was hemming and hawing about it for months about replacing that other tent. But yeah, I couldn't be happier. No buyer's remorse here. I think that was a good purchase, especially for, you know, $30 or whatever it was. I like this new tent. I think that was a good decision. Yeah, so what I don't like about this is that this top part is very flat, and these droplets are just sitting there. They're not rolling off at all. So over time, that is definitely going to soak in and cause problems. So I wouldn't trust this out in the like a heavy rain. I'm definitely still going to need to use the tarp from time to time. This rain isn't supposed to last very long, so I'm just going to go out and start panhandling right away. Alright, it rained more than I thought it was going to today, but it is finally done. And it should be properly done. I mean, we'll see, I guess. There's still chances, it's still cloudy. But the sun did come out a little bit earlier. But the good news is I made like 75 bucks. I wasn't even out there that long. It seems like 75 is about what I've been making lately. I don't know if that's psychologically, maybe I'm just quitting after I get that much money, or maybe it's like, you know, that's just kind of the rate that I'm going at. But either way, I'm very happy about it. There's a very Wisconsin thing to have on your door. Some sort of cheesery here. I'm having this problem again where I need to get north on I-90 to get to Wisconsin Dells, and then keep going to Toma, and then going, I mean, I guess this is also 90, so it's basically staying on 90 the whole way. But it's just like there's no good way to get on. So you're at this intersection, you're either getting on this way or you're getting on that way. This one is okay. You can try and hitchhike on that, but you're only getting people who are coming from this direction. And then, yeah, this loop, I mean, loops are just impossible to hitchhike on in general, so I don't think that's possible. And if you go north, you get to this intersection, which is not any better. In fact, I think it's worse. If you go south, I mean, there's basically nothing. There's a huge interchange, and then there's another huge interchange. So it's kind of just like, I think the only option really is to go over here and probably try and hitchhike from this spot right there. The only other option would probably be to look at the state highways, like this one, 113 up to Wanaki, up to Lodi, up to whatever. But it's just like, it's very spaghetti here in Wisconsin, and I'm not confident that I would even be able to get anywhere on those state highways. So I think that is the main options that I have here. All right, well, this is that's the on-ramp. It is not looking good. That is a full speed on-ramp. This road here is very fast, and it is not meant to be walked on. So I just came under this bridge, had to push through all this tall grass. So yeah, I do not think this is the way, man. I just looked at Greyhound prices. From here to Lacrosse, it's $30, and I know I can make that pretty quickly. I might make that right after I put up my next video. So I think that's probably the way. This is not the way. So this tree here has these berries on it, and I was very confused at first because they look like blackberries, but blackberries don't grow in trees, they grow on bushes. So I looked it up, and I found out these are actually mulberries. So that's cool. These bus stops have a heater, which is interesting. So this time of year you definitely wouldn't need it, but you know, it would be interesting to be around here when it's a little colder, just see the difference. Obviously, with the way I'm doing things right now, I wouldn't want to, but if I was in a car or something and I could just kind of like come up here for a week in the winter and, like, you know, get good gear and shit, then be interesting to see the difference. Man, I feel like I blinked and like a week passed. It's already Thursday. What day did I get here? I think it was like a Friday or Saturday. I really haven't been doing that much. I need to get some money together and just get out of here. Also, I might not have that much time on the median today because it's supposed to start raining pretty soon. It kind of looks to me like it might not rain that hard, but you can never really tell until it starts. Alright, so I went out and flew sign for like an hour or so. And then I went over to the grocery store nearby and I played some music for God knows how long. It's really hard to keep track of time when you're doing that. Somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour probably. And I made $25 in bills and like $8 in quarters at least. So that's pretty good. That brings me up to 33, which is technically enough, but I'm gonna need a little bit more just to make sure I'm good on food and stuff. I'm going to avoid eating the McDonald's so much. And I'm going to try and like cool it on the cigarettes and stuff, and just try and be like nice and frugal until I get to I don't know, like Seattle, I guess. Pretty much on the last leg of this journey here, or you could say that the journey is about to begin, depending on how you want to look at it. So yeah, well, it definitely rained more than I thought it would. I'm hoping that I don't go back to find my tent floating in a puddle. Okay, see, I couldn't remember if this was like a proper ditch or if it went off to the side, but it looks like it should be fine, so probably not worried about water pooling. But let me just make sure. Oh, why is the tarp off? Did it get blown off? Oh man. Okay, well, it's not actually that bad, surprisingly enough. Parts of it are kind of wet. I think the bottom here is more wet, but it's still only, it doesn't feel like soaked. Maybe the very, very bottom here is like actually holding some water. The rest of it actually isn't that bad, somehow. There is one big problem here though, and that's that there's water pooled in the tarp. Not exactly sure what to do about that. Well, I kind of dealt with it, but I did get a bunch of my stuff more wet in the process. It was not wet when I got here, and then I got it wet, so that's annoying. Alright, ticket has been purchased. I need to be at the bus stop at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. I don't know, I think chances are I'm not going to get much sleep tonight, but it's fine, because I'm going to be making it down to Lacrosse tomorrow by noon, and that's what's important. And then I have $10 left over after all that. You know, can't help but feel like if I had played my cards a little differently, could have been in a better situation than this, but it's fine. So then from Lacrosse, I'm going to be getting on a train. I've done some research. I think I know where I need to wait. I have a bunch of food in my backpack that needs to be cooked, and I want to get rid of all that before I get on the train and replace it with stuff that doesn't need to be cooked, because it's going to be hard to cook while I'm on the train, if not impossible. So need to do some of that. Probably need to make some more money before I get on a train, just so that when I land I have something, and also because $10 isn't going to buy me that much food to take with me. Alright, here we are, Lacrosse. Seems like a nice little town so far, but I'm gonna make you wait to see a little bit more of Lacrosse. This is gonna be the end of this video. So that was a good one. I made some progress, and some good stuff. It's kind of like the beginning of the next leg of the journey, I suppose, and that's all going to come in the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and read some donations, and here we go. So I have $10 from Michael. He said, prayers for safety and some fun from time to time. Don't mind the noises in the background. I don't know how well you can hear that, but you know, we're doing things. Thank you very much, Michael. Then I have $5 from Chance. He said, thanks for the videos. And then I have another $5 from Chance. He said, this is from Grizzly907. He wanted to send something your way. So thank you, Grizzly907. I don't know if you've donated before, Grizzly, but thank you for your $5. Appreciate it. Then I have $10 from Gary S. He said, just watched the Windy City video. Safe travels, bro. Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate you. And then I have $6 from Andrew, who said, love your content. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, everybody, for donating. Yeah, you know, I've been doing a lot of panhandling, as you see. Making a decent amount of money from that. And yeah, just doing more of the greyhounds, panhandling, getting greyhounds, going to a different place, panhandling, getting greyhounds. That's you know, it's not something I haven't really done that much of that before. I mean, obviously I've taken greyhounds, but it hasn't been my main mode of transportation for any real stretch. But this has been interesting. It's a different way of doing it, and it is a lot easier in some ways, but it's only easier if the money's good where you're at. So I guess thank you to the people of Wisconsin. I guess that's what I really have to give a thank you to this week, or this month, or whatever. I don't know how long it's been. I guess July 10th was the last video-ish. So it's been 2 weeks. More than 2 weeks. Sorry about the pacing of these videos. I mean, I do feel like the longer I take on the videos, the better the videos are, in a way. But that's not always why it takes so long. Sometimes it's just because I'm lazy. But yeah, as you can hear behind me, the next video is going to involve some train stuff again. So look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one.